I am Papa. I eat your pizza raw. Hello and welcome to Good Enough. I'm your host, Sam, and I'm here all alone. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, I'm getting an update, a news update, straight from the Los Angeles Convention Center. It sounds like Robbie?
Yeah, this is me, Sam. This is Robbie reporting for Good Enough from the LA Convention Center at E3 2018.
Oh my goodness, what an unexpected. Matt, is Matt there? Is he with you?
We are on scene.
Oh my god, this is incredible. Live from E3 2018.
Yep.
Matt and Robbie are joining me via Skype.
Via technology.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
we got it.
The Good Enough Bucks.
The Good Enough satellite is transmitting us straight to you, Sam.
I knew the instant we launched that into space that it was going to be a good investment.
Yeah, I mean,
Elon Musk has done a really good job making space launching affordable for
and
consumers.
he really sold us on that satellite.
He did it for a Big Mac.
Not even the meal?
No, yeah, just the he. I mean, yeah,
Well,
he
see,
said
that was
just the Big Mac.
That was the thing, and that was the loophole we found in the contract. It didn't have to be the meal.
Well, Elon's trying to cut out soda and like unnecessary carbs. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he eats,
so
so
he
he eats a
eats Big
sandwich
Macs.
with 3 pieces of, like, 3 buns?
yeah, okay, but you know, no fries, right? You got to cut where you can.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Start somewhere.
He's doing keto, except that one time we gave him a Big Mac.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are live on scene.
Guys, you're at E3.
We are.
Day 1 was
Whoa.
today. Day 1.
Or is it day? Was today day one? No. I think we
Yeah.
misunderstood.
Yeah, it was day 1
He
today.
definitely did.
I think day one was yesterday, right? We're recording this after day 2.
I misunderstood.
That's okay. That's okay. We're recording this after day 2, so we're gonna recap the first 2 days of E3.
We are.
Yeah. So, let's see. It is the 13th, and so you have experienced 2 days of the show floor, right?
We have. Well,
What have you seen that has knocked your socks off? Well, first of all, check your feet for me. Are you guys wearing your socks? Have they been knocked off?
I am not wearing my socks.
Matt, we've talked to Robbie. He's informed us that he's not wearing his socks. What is the status of your feet?
I have a single sock on. The other one is held on loosely, but it's there.
Oh, okay. Sounds like you were less impressed by E3 than Robbie then.
No, it's just the elastic on these socks was pretty bad. It's like that old pair of socks that like halfway through the day, it starts to slide down your ankle.
Oh my god. Why?
The perfect sock to pack.
Yeah, did you pack those socks knowing you would go to E3? You're gonna be like, these are my.
I packed every pair of socks that I own. I just
you really?
happened to grab that one today.
Matt, you might.
These
need
are my
more
walking
socks.
around socks.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Let's talk about E3, guys. What have you seen? I guess just sort of start from day 1 and
Yeah.
talk about what you've seen, and try to be funny, will you?
So day 1 was mainly panels.
Oh my god, Robbie, that was so fucking funny.
Thanks, Sam. I actually rehearsed that one, so I'm
Yeah, it's like really obnoxious.
I'm very
all day
happy it
long.
landed.
Like we were walking around the floor today, he just kept saying that.
Yeah.
Wow, I
But
appreciate
it
the
worked
effort,
out.
the length you go to for this show.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. That's me, Mr. Length.
Oh
no.
No.
Oh, jeez. Dirty Ernie better not contact me.
No.
Oh no. What if they called Mr. Fantastic Mr. Length?
Mr. Fantastic Length.
That's one of those classic Marvel names.
Oh,
Ah,
jeez.
All right, so day one, we spent most of the day.
His
at the
real name would
Coliseum.
be like Stanley Stretch.
Okay, you guys just walking right over what I was saying.
Stanley Stretch.
I'm going to talk about Stanley Stretch a bit first.
Wait, so are you saying Stan Lee Stretch or Stanley Stretch?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was just going for the alliteration, Stanley Stretch.
So you
Damn
didn't
it.
think about the creator of Marvel?
Yeah, no, I didn't at all. Okay, E3, go, 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 faster.
Okay, so the first day we just spent the whole day, pretty much the whole day, at the Coliseum, which is that's where the panels are. They bring in video game developers. They usually have a celebrity or two or three. So we spent a lot of the day there yesterday. Saw a lot of really cool panels. Started the day off with a panel about Westworld.
And how the creators or the people doing the show were inspired a lot by video games. They showed a couple clips from the show showing like how they did like what their tutorial level would be in the Westworld park and stuff. It was really cool.
What do you
interesting.
mean tutorial level?
Like they were inspired by like the tutorials of video games, like
You know,
open world games that
Like in Red Dead Redemption, you start in that town. I can't remember what the town is called, and you're taught the game not by like dialogue boxes coming up, like saying like, "Hey, do this to do this," but like you're taught the game by speaking with NPCs, like talking to the guy that wants you to go do this mission for him. So they showed a clip from one of their episodes where the people who go into the park and a bunch of NPCs come up to them offering them quests, and it's using those quests to teach them how to play the game in Westworld. So they were really inspired by that kind of stuff.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So that panel was led with, it was Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, the creators of the show. So it was very interesting to hear, like they talked about how like when they were writing the pilot of the show, they were playing BioShock Infinite.
yeah.
And so they got inspired a lot by that, and the original BioShock and Red Dead Redemption, and they're good. They're video game players, which was really cool to hear them talk about.
Nice. What next? What happened? What was the next panel you said?
So after that one was, what was the next one?
Man,
Oh, the Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
The Last of Us Part 2. It had the directors of the game and then the voices of Ellie and Dina, who is the new character that they released in the trailer.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. Neil Druckmann basically talking about how this has become Naughty Dog's biggest game and like just biggest undertaking so far.
Of all time?
Yeah, they were specifically saying now even more than Uncharted 4.
Wow.
And just with the amount of animations that they've overhauled and the combat, like I'm sure you saw in the trailer, Ellie was like dodging some of those incoming attacks. You're able to dodge now. You could go into a prone position. You can squeeze in tighter spaces. They specifically mentioned that in the first game, like Joel's like a big guy, like he wasn't able to squeeze him. He wouldn't be able to squeeze into the spaces that Ellie can now, and it's just there's a jump button, and she can
Strike a
like
button just for jumping.
yeah.
Yeah, because there wasn't jumping
Yeah.
in the first Last of Us.
There's more verticality in the game now, and
And they talked about how they had to adjust because you're playing as Joel in the first game, who, like Robbie said, he's a big character, so he's able to fight people easier. So they adjusted the AI to where Ellie can't just go up and punch somebody in the face. Like
Yeah.
she's not physically able to go fight them just because she's smaller.
so they created different ways and environments that she could get the upper hand on her enemy, like in any way, like going prone, hiding under a car, going into shrubbery, and like it sounds like it's going to be really intimidating, and
Yeah.
like he said, it's going to be a hard game too.
That
Like-
trailer was really, really good, and also appreciated how super gay the trailer was.
Yeah, that was
Did they talk about that at all?
It was brought up by the moderator. She wanted to thank them for I mean, really, Ellie is going to be the first LGBT character
like
in a AAA title.
Like dead center, like the star.
Like The Last of Us is one of the biggest games out there, and the star is going to be an LGBTQ.
And there's, go ahead, Sam.
It feels like we're finally making progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and this is, and just having that being part of what, I mean, I might just be speaking because of the first Last of Us, but what is probably going to be a very well written story, and it's not just going to be some throwaway, like, and there's going to have to be something to do with like her being killed, and that's what sets Ellie off or something, like Ellie.
She's definitely going to die.
Yeah, Ellie's like a super passionate character.
Oh, definitely.
And like, I mean, her first little love story was freaking heartbreaking, and like, can you imagine what her mindset is like in regards to that, and like getting into a relationship maybe in that kind of world, and like, oh man, I'm super excited to see what happens.
It just kind of it makes me nervous because I mean we know that she's probably gonna die, not Ellie, but the other girl. What did you say her name was?
Dina.
Yeah, it's every character that you come across in the first Last of Us either dies or like is written down in the story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of characters that didn't die in the first Last of Us. I guess there's that
Bill
Bob guy, right? Bill or Bob?
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, he's got that like stronghold or whatever. He survives, but he's also he was gay, but he wasn't like on-screen gay like Ellie is in this trailer.
Yeah, but and that was his was a heartbreaking story too.
Yeah.
Like his when you find his lover killed himself.
Yeah.
And like blamed it on him and hated him or whatever. Like that was crazy. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So after that panel, was really good. It was cool to see. It was really surreal having Ashley Johnson and Shannon Woodward, who were the voice actors for Ellie and Dina. It was just super surreal, like seeing the voice of Ellie, like hearing her talk and being like, I don't know, just for me, it was just like, that's awesome. Like she's sitting right in front of me.
Yeah, and they also mentioned that she's been like in works doing the character for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And like that's crazy. Like that's insane. I just think that's like how long it's taken.
Did they announce a release date?
No.
Yeah, they were asked, but they didn't say anything.
There's no way that it's this year, right?
I can't. No. If it was this year, I feel like it would have been announced at E3.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so next panel.
Next panel, I believe after that was Penn and Teller?
Yeah, Penn Jillette,
well, Penn Jillette and Randy Pitchford doing magic.
Penn Jillette.
Yeah, the magician.
Penn and Teller.
What?
Yeah,
so apparently, instead of working on Borderlands 3, Randy Pitchford has been working on a game with Penn and Teller.
A VR experience with Penn and Teller. It's like a practical joke.
It's basically VR punked.
Yeah. It's the game comes
Ashton there? Is Ashton gonna sue?
So basically, the game is like you invite your friend over, and while they're playing your VR game, you set them up to be pranked.
Yeah, while they have the VR headset on and they're like distracted, then they'll like in most of them they'll take it off and then be surprised by something that you've set up while they were in the headset. Typically,
that's not a game. That's not a packaged game you can sell.
No,
how do you sell a game like that?
That's okay. That's what me and Matt were saying as we were sitting there. Like, why?
I mean, just like have them play like any VR game and then kick him in the nuts or something.
But I really enjoyed what like Penn Jillette said about pranking. It was kind of interesting that
Yeah.
the perfect prank is when the person who is being pranked has the most fun. So your prank is successful when when the victim is the person who's having the most fun. Well, that was cool. Like most time you think of pranks is like kicking a dude in the nuts.
Yeah, like
Who's having the most fun in that prank?
not the guy getting kicked in the nuts.
No.
Like they're pretty like harmless pranks and they're just like funny.
They showed a clip of Teller, of Penn and Teller.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Not Teller of Mattel Toys.
Robbie.
So they showed him like in a window washing thing, and like he's just washing windows. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
And then at some point during that, it tells him to look up, and as soon as he looks up, there's someone up there that cuts the wires on the window washing rig, and you fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And immediately he like flipped out, like he was actually falling. And then at the end of it, he was like, "That was really cool."
Yeah, he was like, that was so good. Like that was fucking awesome, and it was funny. Like it looked like.
I mean, I'll never buy it.
Yeah, no.
But it's a neat idea, I guess.
And they also in like recreated Penn and Teller's theater in Las Vegas that you could tour like every like nook and cranny or whatever. But
I mean,
yeah,
I guess that's pretty cool. VR's got some neat applications in terms of like the educational value. I'm sure there's some.
oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Imagine being able to like visit a museum.
Yeah, for
Not that
sure.
I guess. I mean, I don't care about Penn and Teller. I mean, they're talented and stuff, but
Yeah,
it's just
you're not gonna.
what a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Well, I guess Randy Pitchford and Penn Jillette have been friends for a long time because Randy Pitchford used to be a magician, apparently.
Oh,
He did a couple magic tricks that were there when he was there. It was
Not,
they were okay.
yeah, nothing great.
is that where Chris Angel went?
You're gonna have to elaborate.
To E3?
Yeah, he works for
No,
Gearbox now.
Did he become Randy Pitchford?
Yep, that's Chris Angel.
Did Chris Angel become Randy Pitchford?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Angel left left Magic to become Randy Pitchford.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That was a funny goof.
Yeah, good goof, bro. Good
Gave it a
magic
shot.
goof.
You know
All right,
what?
let's go.
So
Next one.
So after that one, we
Oh.
left, and we went to go play Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, played some Super Smash Brothers. We'll talk about like gameplay stuff because we'll just talk about like the panels right now.
Oh, okay. Well, quick question though. Like, how was Waluigi?
So the next panel was Fallout 76. It was a like a world premiere of the making of Fallout 76 documentary.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep during it just because the theater we were in was like super cold.
It was probably like 65 in there
Yeah.
Jesus.
at most.
It was cold as fuck.
Like
but,
I could feel the air hitting
but,
me.
like I got like super comfortable and I fell asleep for a little while. But when
How
I
long
came,
was the documentary?
40 minutes.
yeah, it was like
Wow.
40 minutes. I woke up. I was able to see the whole documentary, but I fell asleep during a little bit of the intro, like Todd Howard and the documentarian talking.
Todd,
but,
was he as charismatic there as he was during the E3 conference?
He was.
Yeah,
like he
he's just
came
a
out
very
with.
charismatic guy.
He just came out like just knowing that like
Because like
you can't touch him.
I fucking loved it. He was loving it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like he still like had some of that like
he,
little.
He seems very genuine.
Yeah.
Like that he really does want all the people to have a great experience, which is really cool.
A lot of awesome stuff we learned from there. Learned from that.
Yeah, it answered a lot of questions
Yeah.
about things. They really the documentary really dove into the whole like finding nuclear codes with your friends, and being able to launch missiles, and basically change the game. Like you launch a missile to a place, it destroys the area, but then the radiation changes the landscape, and then you have a new area to explore.
And it'll like level up any enemies that are like affected by the radiation. Like it becomes like a harder level, and because of the irradiation, there's more valuable materials to find.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are so many systems in play, like that, like the campsites you can take anywhere. Like they adjust to terrain, and like if there's a place to put it, like it'll fit it in there, like in a way that
So
makes
can you-
sense.
In the reveal trailer, they talked about like being able to like move your forts and stuff around. Like
Yeah.
how much can you move?
I mean,
They
there-
didn't really
there-
go into it that much,
but they didn't sound like there was many limits,
No,
or
not really.
like it didn't sound like there was a limit. Like they were just saying, they said, like take your fort with you, everything. Like it adjusts to the terrain you're in. Like if you go up into a mountain, whatever, build it somewhere else, like it will adjust. It'll fit. You know, like it's really good. Like you can move them around, and it kind of seems like you could build stuff and then move it as a whole, which you can do in like the Fallout 4 games and stuff. So it makes sense. Like it's I mean that's been there. So, but like yeah, all of the systems that are in play just sound crazy. They're talking about animations. They like have to overhaul the animations because like a monster will be being hit from multiple angles, and the different reactions that would elicit, and like just like it was very impressive, and all three studios are working on it.
So let me ask you this then. I mean, do you guys want a multiplayer Fallout?
I personally do.
yeah, I do too. Right.
I mean, it's gonna be fun, and I do plan on getting it. And the idea of playing Fallout with you guys, like to me, it does sound fun, but I worry that it's like not gonna feel like Fallout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are you saying that just because you've always played Fallout singular? I mean,
Yeah,
could that-
absolutely.
I don't. And Todd mentioned this, that he believes that this game it's made for multiplayer, like being able to traverse the wasteland with other people. Like I mean,
just-
you're no. Go
Like
ahead.
to me, Fallout's always been like a singular experience, and like you're called the lone survivor, right? In Fallout 4, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Or-
about your story and making your way in the world that's been ravaged. I do feel like playing with your friends and with other people is gonna suck most of that tension out the window.
But I think the way they're building this game is it's different because most of the other games, there's already a lot of bad stuff that has happened in the world, right? Like there's already been enough time for like marauders to take over and
Yeah.
right. I
'cause,
mean,
like,
I haven't played Fallout games, so
well, Fallout 4 takes place literally 200 years after the bombs dropped.
right. So this takes place. It's 25 years.
Yeah. There are no.
Literally everyone has been let out at the same time. So I mean, there's not enough time for like raiders to like for bad guys to build up, and so it's really about
Like,
we're building a new world.
Yeah, this is PV. This is the environment. This is like the death claw. Sam, do you really don't think like a death claw would still be a challenge? Like all three of us, like you don't think there'd still be tension in that? Like how many nukes do you have to drop on a behemoth
Yeah.
just to get it to take a knee? Like
Or the
Like-
Mirelurk Queen.
yeah, and those experiences were written for single player. Like you don't think that Bethesda has the juice to write like tension
It's
building
not
for
that I don't have faith in Bethesda. Bethesda's like consistently quality. I mean, they're also consistently buggy, those open worlds. But
yeah,
they
and
also
Todd talked about that.
did he?
That's why the beta was said was so crucial.
Yeah. But but they've always been like singular experiences. At this point, why make it a Fallout game? Why not just make a new world? Make a new game.
Yeah, he said that that like he said like him and the student like the team thought that game fit a multiplayer, and they said that there were talks long before it even started of like Fallout. What if we made Fallout multiplayer? Like, how would we do that? Like, what would it be? And like, so it had been in like it's not like something they thought of like 3 or 4 years ago when they started working on it. Like it's something that had been incubating in Todd's mind for a long time until he thought like they were ready to do it, and in a place where they could take risks with these IPs that fans are so attached to in the way they are now, you know?
Definitely.
So I mean, that was talked about a lot, like doing it as a Fallout game, and like why, and you know, and he was like, because like we want to, this is the genre we always wanted to do, and we think we can do it right. Like
To me, I guess I feel differently because I've never really played a Fallout game, so I don't have that singular attachment. I don't know, the idea of being able to traverse this world, build forts, like go on quests to get, like go to find stuff together with other people just sounds incredible.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it does sound like a lot of fun, and any skepticism I had was wiped away by the like nuclear code feature where you go hunt down the nukes and stuff with your friends. It sounds awesome. I just wonder, like, it's not Fallout. You know what I mean?
but why? Why do you say that? Just because it's not single player?
Yeah, to me, Fallout is a single player experience.
I mean,
That's just because it's what it's been. That doesn't mean that's what it is.
Fallout to me is a survival game. Fallout to me is adventure.
For sure.
In the other
be
Fallout
interesting to
games,
see how like it progresses.
and like in the other Fallout games, there were other people there
Yeah.
in your story. Now, just those other people are going to be real people.
Yeah, that's true. Very
All right.
true.
So after that one was.
Well, hang on. It's about time for a break.
Well, let's finish the panels. So in the second half, we can talk about just what we did as far as games today.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
We're almost done.
Yeah. So after that panel was a panel about Transference, the
Elijah Wood VR game.
Yeah, the Elijah Wood game that
What is
his
that?
production company is making. I don't know.
A mad scientist transfers the consciousness of his family into a digital space that you, the player, explores and helps
And
free.
it goes wrong. When he's
Yeah,
uploading
something goes
them.
wrong, and
What is this? Is it like a PS4 Xbox game?
It's VR. Like they built
VR.
it. So Elijah Wood and his partner, they really liked VR, and they were like, let's make a VR game. So they built this game around that.
it's all built for VR.
But it's also going to be available on all platforms.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It seems interesting. Like
Yeah.
I was a little skeptical about it when I saw the trailer, but this panel made me. I'm definitely intrigued by it.
yeah. I don't know if it's bad or good, but it definitely took listening to them talk about it for a half an hour for me to be intrigued and kind of understand. Like, oh, that's okay. That's pretty cool. Like that's a good concept. That's a cool concept. But it is super heady and kind of it's really crazy. Like it's tough to follow.
Elijah Wood made a really good comment because the protagonist in the game is you. Like you're literally you're the character.
Like
in
you
the game.
stumble upon
Like the
this.
player.
Yeah.
And
As the player, you
Elijah
stumble
Wood
upon this
made a
world.
really interesting statement that I hadn't really thought about. That when you're playing a protagonist in it, like so if you're playing a cop, you immediately, like me as the player playing a cop, there's certain things where I'm like, okay, I need to do this because I'm a cop.
Yeah,
I need
like
to
a
act
cop
this way
wouldn't
because
do that. A cop would.
And in this situation, they built it this way because I'm the character, so it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What's my story?
That's
Which is it.
cool.
Which when he said that, I was like, okay, I'm interested now.
Yeah, like that's one of the things. Like I was saying, like it definitely took us listening to him and explaining a lot of it to be like, oh shit, that sounds good.
It sounds
sounds
really
interesting.
cool, really clever.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some potential in that one, but like
I'll
we
have to
said,
look
it's
into that.
it's a little weird. You'll have to definitely do some research into it.
Did you guys see the picture that Hideo Kojima took with Elijah Wood?
No.
No, but
It's
Elijah
a
Wood
good
did
pic-
reference
it's a good picture.
that they met.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about that panel, but we got to listen to Hideo Kojima talk about his methods, which is really cool.
How was
So
that?
after
I bet that was fascinating.
he's incredible.
Yeah.
Like I
The
don't even.
man's like a prodigy, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
he's just amazing to listen to him talk. Well, to listen to his translator translate.
right.
But it is amazing to listen to him talk, like, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, like you can just tell his mind works crazy because his hands are going everywhere, just flying everywhere, and like somehow you still know what he's talking about. Like you'll hear a question in English, and then his translator translates it to him, and then he responds. And like you don't know what he's saying, but like you could see that, like you know what he's saying just through his gestures. It's crazy. It's nuts. That was a really fun one.
Yeah, it was.
He's got that enthusiasm, definitely.
Well, my favorite thing of the day
Was the last one.
The last one, and it's definitely still my favorite part of E3 this year. Was the reuniting of the Grim Fandango cast. It's been 20 years, and they were all reunited with Tim Schafer, and they did a reading of the game's biggest scenes with live music, and it was just absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was really cool, because this was like the first time that some of them have seen each other since they recorded for the game. So,
yeah, it was super cool. Like I had never played the game, so like I didn't know really what was going on, but it was really fun, funny. Like all the voice actors did really well, and it was a live reading, so there were some hiccups and stuff, and like it was just really fun.
It was cool just to see these characters that I love and see the people who are voicing them. And just like I mentioned with Ellie, it was just like the guy that voiced Glottis, one of the characters from the game. Like just seeing him do this voice was just amazing.
That sounds.
I felt like I was super
awesome.
giddy the whole time. I was just like a little kid. I felt so giddy.
Yeah,
and Jack Black was there too.
Yeah, and there was live music. Like the original composer of the score was leading a band, and it was just so good.
Yeah. But if nothing else happens, that's by far my favorite part of the trip so far.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so that was day one. That's what we did day one.
Nice. Okay, well let's take that break. And
Right.
You never answered me about Waluigi, so when we get back, I do want to talk about Waluigi a bit.
I feel like you're going to be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Just warning you.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, we'll take a quick break and more E3 talk right after this. Hello and welcome back to Good Enough. I am still talking to Matt and Robbie about E3.
We are still live.
We are still live at E3 show floor.
Coming in live from E3. Hey, guys,
I hid in the
while you're
trash
recording,
can.
Have you figured out what
I hid-
E3 stands for?
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
So everything we've done today is a lot of gameplay, and that's what we'll talk about.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
We hid in trash cans so we could stay after hours on the show floor.
Oh, what's it like right now?
It's real
It's
quiet.
very dark.
Oh, no.
And like all the zombies they have walking around for The Walking Dead are still here,
Oh, my God.
and it's real scary.
Are they...
I mean, but
Oh.
perfect,
We s-
perfect.
Are they what?
silenced each other. Can you tell me about Waluigi?
We
yeah,
saw someone dressed as Waluigi.
Remember
I mean,
Mario
he-
Kart?
No, they announced that like every character was gonna be in Smash Brothers. It said every character. So
I thought they said every character from the Smash Brothers series was.
oh no, I think they said every character ever.
Have you played Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
He's in that game.
No, I know that. Yeah, but I mean, we've
There's a difference between that one and Super Smash Brothers because he's not in that game.
what?
Yeah, maybe he'll be. You know what it is? He's gonna be DLC because you have to buy Waluigi.
Yeah, that's
They're not
true.
just gonna give you him in the base game.
That's a good point. You know what though? Like the internet is just like going nuts. Give us Waluigi, right?
Well, it'll happen then.
Jesus. Okay, what did you guys play today?
Well, we'll start with what we played yesterday. We
Okay.
played Smoosh Brothers, Les
Oh,
Smoosh
is that
Bros.
different from, is that different from Smash Brothers?
Yeah, that's the French version.
Yeah, Les Smoosh Bros is what is going to be released in North America, and it looks fun, or it was fun.
Yeah, we played it. We played Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
I mean, does it just? It feels like Smash Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, it feels really fun.
there's some like cool changes and like different types of openings and to hit players, and it looks like a more tighter version.
I got to play as Ridley, the new character that they're adding. He or she was very fun.
Yeah, I played the first match. I played Snake.
Where's Snake's
Fun.
booty? I saw that Snake's booty's gone.
His booty is good.
Yes.
Was his booty there?
It was in Smash Brothers Brawl.
No.
Yeah. Then the second match, Matt played as Little Mac, and
Little Mac.
I played as Corn Dog, classic Smash Brothers character, Corn Dog.
That's Ganondorf to the normal people.
Well,
were you about to say to the layman because
I feel like Corn Dog is his layman name.
No, I was saying the normal people because what Robbie said was not normal.
no, what Robbie said was fucking dumb. Corn dog.
Hey.
Talk bad about Corn Dog.
Yeah, you've laughed at that, you bastard.
Ow!
What happened?
Oh no.
Don't worry about
Sam,
it.
we can't be there to help you.
Do we need to send first responders?
Keep up with the podcast. Keep up with the podcast.
Oh no.
Hit
Don't
your
let
medical
my-
alert
don't let-
bracelet.
Don't let my bleeding distract you.
Okay, yeah, so we played that yesterday.
It was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I did my classic move of eliminating myself.
You're so good
Off the
at Smash
bat.
Brothers, Robbie.
Yeah, I was pretty good at it. The guys.
We played with a guy who was very obnoxious.
Really?
He won both matches, and
Shouted.
both times he screamed, "Yeah, I won!"
Won! Yeah! We're like, alright, chill, bro. This guy who like claimed to not have ever played a Smash Brothers game.
And
But-
we have a legally taken video.
Of the gameplay. One of the guys who was playing with us asked if he could take a picture of like the character select screen, and his phone was promptly taken away and told no footage can be taken of the game. All the while, I have my action camera sticking out of the two buttons on my shirt and getting that footage, baby, guerrilla style.
That's. I mean, don't get us in trouble. Please.
Trouble is my middle name.
Oh, is it?
No, it's Clemente.
Yeah, so we played that yesterday. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Today we got a lot of games in today.
Yeah, Soul Calibur,
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6,
How's that looking?
very good.
very good.
Very, very good.
Man,
First of all, it's super clean visually.
yeah, the animations are crazy.
Mhm. They've added a lot. Like the counters you can do are awesome.
Yeah,
You can block like if you're getting like destroyed in a combo. It'll give you like moments to block, and it's really cool.
Nice.
I played as Geralt, and
Oh.
Robbie played Yoshimitsu.
yeah.
Nice.
It was very fun.
I haven't
Really-
played a Soul Calibur since 2.
Wow, really?
I played 5. It was really good.
Yeah, I was.
I feel
Well,
like
I
5
think
didn't come out that long ago, did it?
no.
5. It was like 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I must have played the crap out of 4 then, because I know I didn't play the most recent one that had come out.
Yeah, it came out in 2012.
Nice.
Yeah. So after that, we went to
What did we play? What did we play after that? Oh,
I
we kind of
don't
just walked
remember.
around after that.
Oh yeah, after that that was the first game we played because the
hang
line
on.
wasn't very
Hang on.
long.
Well, no, when we first walked in, we walked straight to something that caught our eye. A massive, probably 20-foot sign that said, "Can you guess what it said, Sam?"
Can you guess what? What booth we saw out of in the crowd and just went straight to passing everything else with blinders on?
Did it say, come here for video games?
Yeah.
It said free video games, and then there was a pile of video games in the middle, and then you went over there to the video games, and then someone
If there
shot
was-
a cannon at you, but then
if
the
that
cannon
was
backfired.
there, If that was there, I still would have walked past that to the thing we actually walked to.
What was it? What was it?
It was a Fortnite sign.
Oh, God.
We saw the Fortnite sign and made a bullet dash back to that. And there was like a legit party going
They
on.
had the bus there, Sam. They had the bus.
With a disco
Did you get in
ball.
the bus?
You couldn't get into it. You could like photo op in front of it, and on like a little makeshift dance floor with the disco ball underneath like the 20-foot long Fortnite
Was
sign.
everyone just like beating the shit out of each other there?
No, dude, everyone was playing Fortnite. They had Fortnite on every system.
Yeah, there were screens everywhere.
They had Fortnite on every system. A mechanical llama that
You could ride it.
they were bucking people off of. There was a little sippy cup, free sippy cup giveaway that we got. There was a little store. We got you, or we thought about getting you the Tilted Towers T-shirt,
Oh, Jesus.
just because we know you love Fortnite.
I love Fortnite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, so we were over there. The real talk, like about Fortnite, literally all over the main floor were Fortnite screens.
Everywhere.
Like everywhere, a place that was showing off their controllers or showing off their system.
They're showing off a chair, showing off the sound systems.
The game they were playing, Fortnite.
Did you watch any of the Celebrity Pro-Am or whatever?
No, we were at the panels during that. We were just kind of busy during that.
I honestly, and surprisingly, we didn't. I mean, it's not like we have to watch Fortnite gameplay there or anything,
Yeah.
you know. So,
But we saw that, and then we kind of, after playing Soul Calibur, we kind of just walked around, seeing everything, walking through the Bethesda setup, which Bethesda has a setup for every game that they announced, basically.
Damn.
Them and Ubisoft both have a setup and almost not gameplay, but Ubisoft has a gameplay for every single game that they announced.
yeah, it was dope.
So today we played Trials Fusion, the new game.
Nice.
A lot of fun. It was a very angering game, but a lot of fun.
I was very angry for a different reason.
Yeah, Robbie was kicked off.
I was
pretty
kicked
quickly.
off after completing 2 missions when everyone else around me, including Matt,
I played like 5.
easy. And like I was told, like, oh hey, thanks for enjoying the game. Do you mind making way for another player? And like legit had just sat down and like I was like, what? Like fuck this, fuck you. I walked out and waited another 15 minutes as Matt played.
I didn't realize he had gotten up.
God, that's like
So we
last
played
year
that.
when we played Quake Champions and we all got hats for winning, except Robbie wasn't on our team, but he still got a hat.
That's right. I have a championship hat.
Championship.
So they had a really cool exhibit. It was the video game museum.
Oh yeah.
It just had video game setups from all of history.
Oh yeah. We played actually a lot of video games today.
Yeah,
then.
we played a
football
game, like an old arcade style football game. It was called
Quarterback.
Yeah,
Yep.
It was really fun actually.
It was super. Dude, Matt or Sam, they had literally every system that had ever
Yeah.
come out.
It was very cool.
I played GoldenEye with some dude.
Nice.
I played Galaga.
Yeah, they had old cabinets, like the little tabletop games.
It was a really cool exhibit just to
Yeah.
see all these games laid out. What else did we do? We played Jump Force.
Jumpstart.
It's like a new game, a new fighting game from Bandai Namco. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, it's
What was it called?
it's a mashup. It's a mashup of all the anime universes.
like Naruto,
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Ball. It was pretty, but it was just kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
It didn't like when I was done. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, it has a release date in 2019, so it may have been suffering from that, but
Mhm.
and it was a single player, like it wasn't like one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that had a lot to do with like it being at E3 like so far out or whatever.
Right.
But it was fun. I had fun with it.
We played Jurassic World Evolution,
Oh, dude, that's right up my alley.
which was really cool. First, like they take you into like this little presentation room
Yeah.
where like this guy did like this skit where we were like,
Well, you're in an orientation. You're
Yeah, like
you're
we were-
InGen.
we were new
InGen.
clients.
Yeah, like new InGen employees or whatever.
and he was like giving this spiel about like do this work and like you might make it out alive, and it was dumb, but
yeah,
it
a little
was funny.
theatrical jump
And-
force.
And then we got to play the game, and it's a lot of fun. I let a T-Rex out of its cage,
Ooh,
and
how'd
then
that go?
I let
How'd that go?
and then I let a Triceratops out to see if that could help, and it didn't. The Triceratops died,
Did they
Yeah.
team up? Oh. Jesus.
but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I also let a T-Rex out and a Brachiosaurus. And then I jumped in a Jeep and tried to trank them.
Oh. So, is this how in depth did the demo let you get in building your park?
We really
In the-
didn't get to do that much.
No, in the demo,
the park was already kind of built.
yeah, building.
We were
and-
just able to mess with it.
Yeah, in the demo, it was mainly just the some of the missions y'all have to go through. Like a T-Rex gets loose, and you have to test your like the response team, that or
They want you to have the dinosaurs fight each other.
yeah, for entertainment. There's three modes of there's three quest types you'll get throughout the game. It's science where you do more research on different types of dinosaurs you could make and stuff. There's the entertainment aspect where you make them fight or do other things for the park's entertainment value, and then
Security.
the security, which was some get out and you have to respond in time before anyone gets hurt or the dinosaurs hurt themselves.
It really sounds like the system's going to be pretty in depth.
Yeah.
There's going to be, if you don't manage your people, like your employees, they can sabotage you.
Yeah, they'll sabotage your park, and that's how dinosaurs will get loose.
Yeah. So it seems like it's going to be a really in-depth game. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
What else? Did we play anything else? I don't think so.
Well, then-
Tomorrow we're going to have a lot longer, and we're planning on hitting Fallout. Going to try to play Spider-Man. They have a Spider-Man demo.
Oh,
Rage.
guys,
Yeah, going to try to play Rage 2.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Spider-Man line looked pretty long, and it was capped when we went to it today, so we're going to attempt to go to tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow's the last day, and we're going to go hard.
Cool. So tell me about your general E3 experience then, this year versus last year.
This day definitely was better than yesterday. That was definitely better than day one. Just because day one we showed up early before before the doors were opened for the Gamer Pass holders, and we're herded into a place like a staging area for all the Gamer Pass.
We had to go through a service door, walk through a parking garage, and then hang out in a basement in lines waiting to get let in.
Jesus.
And then each line was taken in random orders. It seemed
Yeah,
like
it was really weird.
It was
So today we showed up a little bit after that, and we were able to just walk in the front door.
just walk in the front door like a human being. It was that made today experience a lot better.
Good.
I mean, the crowds are crazy. There's definitely a lot more places to buy stuff.
Yeah. They're
like,
definitely taking advantage of the gamers.
the consumers coming to
Yeah.
the show now. Like where last year, Sam, I'm sure you remember there weren't very many like stores. Like Ubisoft had one, and then the main E3 one, and Bethesda had a little one. But
Everybody has a store
yeah,
now.
everyone
PlayStation
has
has a
one now,
store.
and there's random setups around not around the floor, but in the areas where like all the shops and stuff are. Like it's pretty crazy.
We need you to,
I'm really enjoying
let me
myself,
know
though.
If someone's selling some Persona 5 stuff, please.
Alrighty, we'll make a note of that, I guess. Person 5. Okay.
Ooh, no. You
If
gotta-
if I find that anywhere, I'll get it for you, buddy.
Damn it. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah,
anything
it's been
else
a lot
you
of
guys want
fun.
to talk about before we end this?
Oh, well, they're giving out daily bugles, like an actual issue of the Daily
Oh.
Bugle.
Nice.
And I was kind of reading through it. Inside the thing, there's an ad. It's like an actual newspaper. There's an ad for Nelson and Murdoch Law. So that pretty much confirms that Daredevil is in this universe. I'm hoping it confirms that Daredevil's going to be in this game.
Which makes sense. Him and Spider-Man do have a pretty good working relationship.
So maybe we'll see. Do you think we'll see Matt Murdock or Daredevil, or maybe both?
I think both.
Maybe both.
I think both. And I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man's been Spider-Man, like they're saying, for 8 years. Like, there's no reason he wouldn't have come across Daredevil,
Yeah.
and then built that trust over all this time, and then probably revealed himself or knows that he's Matt Murdock or whatever. So there's going to be. I mean, I really like the idea that he's been Spider-Man already for a good amount of time,
Like 8 years,
and like.
right? Like you said.
Yeah, and he's definitely rooted as a superhero in New York. He's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Daredevil is a street level hero, so I'd kind of actually now be disappointed if he wasn't in the game as Daredevil.
I cannot wait for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's probably the game
I'm really
most
hoping we can play it tomorrow.
Yeah, very excited about that about the aspects of playing that one, and then just giving Bethesda a lot of time tomorrow. I'm gonna try Blades.
Yeah. The setup they have for Fallout is so cool.
Sam, it's like they're recreating the party, the Reclamation Day party.
Yeah, like
Oh,
they give out party hats,
Party
and party
hats,
favors.
Party hats, party hats, party cups, and Nuka-Cola Quantums.
That's so cool. Send
Yeah,
pictures. I want to see it.
Definitely.
And they have people walking around in like that era, in quotations, garb.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And like they're all super excited about Reclamation Day. Like, aren't you excited? We're gonna take back America. And like, it's a little cheesy, but it's fun. It's
fun.
super fun.
Dude, that's gotta be like a lot of fun.
I think so.
Like being part of that staff. That sounds awesome.
That's one thing I can say this year. We were talking about this earlier. The whole setup of all the setups
Yeah.
is a lot better this year. Last year, you probably remember, there were like hallways in between the game, like in between the companies. that
Like
were
those
just,
alleyways.
that were
Yeah.
so crowded, and
Yeah, now
they've really opened everything up a lot more, and it's not so many enclosed areas.
They learned
So it's
from
made
last
getting
year since
around
they
a
opened it
lot
to the
better.
public.
Yeah. So this year, like it's not a problem. They seem to be have done a better job with the lines too, because they're not overly crazy and super intimidating, most
No.
of them, and it seems to be working a little bit better this year.
I think they're learning. It's only going to get better. Like it's only going to get better.
Good. Good. Well, it sounds like you guys are having fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
All right. Well, thanks for your news reports, your news updates from the show floor at night.
Yeah, it's been really scary inside this dark room, so we got to go.
Okay. We'll touch bases again tomorrow and hopefully get another update.
Will
Yep.
do.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for listening. We will talk to you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah. We're out.